everybody. I'm Ron Epperson with Crystal Clear Technologies, and we remove toxic metals from water, such as lead. The clicker is not clicking. Okay, there we go. Such as lead, nickel, uranium, selenium, and many other industrial contaminants. Our target market is selenium removal from power plants. Recently, the EPA began to regulate this toxin at a 7.5 part per billion level. And there's basically not any very good technology out there to do this right now. There's about 500 coal-fired power plants that are going to be operational in the United States by the 2023 compliance deadline. And that creates about a $2 billion market opportunity that we're going after to launch our company. Our solution is based on a renewable, sustainable waste material made from shrimp and crab shells. That's chitin. Chitin is the second most prevalent organic molecule on Earth after cellulose. We turn that into chitosan, and then we take our patented technology and turn that into an absorbent, this granular material you see on the screen, called NMX, and then we implement that in a water filter technology. We had quite a bit of validation, and just a few highlights of that include last year, Arizona State University did an independent technology assessment of 38 technologies for selenium removal. We came out #1. It wasn't close. National Science Foundation, Rick, thank you very much. We built this company off of multiple SBIR grants, which is why we have a portfolio of 6 issued US and European patents. And lastly, a power plant operator in Arizona, the Salt River Project, has given us a paid contract for a field trial, which is active right now, which is giving us validation in the utility marketplace. We have a number of advantages vis-a-vis incumbent technologies. We're cheaper, we're about 70% less capital and about 20% less operating cost. We're simpler. We're essentially a big brittle water filter. Only think of it being 10 foot in diameter for an industrial site. Dirty water comes in, our filter media is inside the filter container, clean water comes out. Lastly, we're sustainable. We're reusing a waste material, and our finished product has no disposal liability. Quick summary of our team. Lisa Farman's our founder, 35 years water treatment expertise, world-renowned. Joel Shertock, former CTO of other water treatment companies, has commercialized technology in this domain. Candace Chan, who is a professor at Arizona State and at the Max Planck Institute, is an expert in nanotechnology-enabled water treatment. And finally, I'm the CEO. This is my 4th startup, and I've done 7 new chemical technology commercializations. Next steps for Crystal Clear. We're going to finish our utility field trials by March 2017. That should lead us to a first commercial sale later in 2017, and that first commercial sale will make us cash flow positive and profitable. Thank you. Ready for questions?
Thank you, Ron. Questions?
Can I start? 2 questions. So your customer would be the power plants?
Yes, customer is the power plant.
And what's the payback cost of your product?
Well, from their point of view?
Yeah.
Well, competing is, the conventional technology is about a $30 million investment. We're like 6 or 7. So there's the first value proposition. We're at least 20% cheaper, so we're at least $1 million cheaper on an average power plant on operating costs.
Do you have a servicer as a relationship with the power plant, or are you able to go direct?
We are working with a small provider in Arizona named Canyon State Filtration, but Canyon State has also commercialized arsenic removal technology before. Metsorb, it has a good reputation in this space, and they work very closely with the Arizona power plants. So as we get into other markets, we're looking at a bigger opportunity, say with engineering firms, et cetera.
Quick one, coal plants are all over the country and shrimp and crabs are not. So how much of an obstacle is that in the middle of the country, let's say?
It's not really that big an obstacle. We can get shrimp. Chitosan is an article of commerce. You can buy it from China, you can buy it from Alaska, Japan, all over the world, many different grades. And it's a relatively small contribution to the cost. I mean, you can buy it for a few dollars a kilo. So, and then we'll make it wherever it makes the most sense, probably somewhere close to where the majority of the power plants are, like the Southeast or the Midwest.
Did you say $2 a kilo?
A few dollars a kilo. It depends on grade. Usually less than $5 a kilo for normal grades.
You can buy shrimp for that, can't you?
These are the shells they throw away.
Another question about the technology. Does it have application for removal of contaminants beyond heavy metals?
It does. We've been very focused on heavy metals, in particular metals that are difficult to get after, like selenium at low level, lead at low level, those kind of things. But we have seen activity in other areas, but we've kind of pushed all the chips in on metals because that's a market that needs help.
Did you cover the disposal of selenium, and what do you do with the membrane filter?
Oh, it's not a membrane, it's absorbent. So the absorbent, once it's saturated with selenium, it's covalently bound. It passes all tests for TCLIP, toxic characterization leachate protocol for the EPA, and can be disposed of in the landfill. I don't love that. There's not really a secondary market for selenium right now. One of the things we're looking at is see if we can turn the spent chitosan into a building material, such as we talked about earlier. We haven't funded that program yet.
Any questions? 12 seconds. Great, if not, Ron, thank you very much.